It's me, Nalthazar, and welcome to another video. In this one, we're going to be going over some bugs that are present in the game right now. This is going to be just in advance of our first running of Titanomachy. So February 21st, Friday, through, I want to say February 24th, Monday. Now we've got two really big bugs in the game that are causing soft locks, and the rest of them are more minor. So keep an eye out for these. The first one is there's some interaction with killing token stacks that is causing soft locks. I've actually done about an hour and change of testing on this. I've been trying to recreate this bug. I've seen it reported by a number of people, so I know it's true. I have not been able to recreate this. So you'll see that here it says token stacks with Berserker. I've tried making Berserker tokens. I've tried giving a token Berserker and having it attack. Nothing that I've done has made it so that I've been able to recreate this bug. Now, I will say that if you take a look at both of these screenshots, it's my opponent with the Berserker creature causing it to happen, and over here, once again, the opponent with the Berserker creature causing it to happen. I did not encounter any opponents who did get a Berserker creature down. I did it solely with my own tokens. I want to add that I did some extra testing with Leyline of Singularity, and that doesn't crash the game. So if you're worried about encountering this token crash during this event, go ahead and throw Leyline of Singularity into your deck. Tokens will not be able to come into play and mess with you. Now, I want to say there's another bug that someone else reported a little bit earlier, also with regards to token stacks. So there's definitely something wonky going on with them. In the last 2-3 days, I probably have 4 or 5 hours of play with different token decks, just because I run a lot of token decks, and in none of my play have I encountered this. So I'm personally still going to go ahead and play tokens, but if you want to be careful about this, by all means be careful about this, because this is a very real bug and there are people experiencing it. The other one is with regards to copies of cards going into your hand. This is saying Finale of Promise, but it's also going to occur with Repeated Reverberation. I know that people have reported that. I haven't seen a report of it yet, but I would imagine that 1,000 Year Storm is going to do the same thing. So basically, if you try and fill your hand with copies of a card, and there is not room in your hand for those copies, it causes a soft lock. So I personally would recommend avoiding using things that are going to make copies. So I would even avoid using something like Quasi-Duplicate, or using any of like the Repeated Reverberation or 1,000 Year Storm or Finale of Promise. Just anything that is going to put copies into your hand, I would avoid doing. Now, I've tried a bunch of stuff with like Fetch, Deadbridge Chant, bringing things back from the graveyard, even draw cards with Eidolon of Blossoms. None of those have caused a crash for me, but there seems to be something with copies. So avoid putting those in your decks until you know that this has been fixed. Now, from there, we've got some minor bugs going. I have Nyxbloom Ancient in 2 of my decks, which is why I'm showing this particular one off. Nyxbloom Ancient reads that it converts based on your highest devotion, whereas what's actually happening is it's causing gems to convert based on whoever has the highest devotion. Now, I've only encountered this once in probably like 50 plus games now with the Nyxbloom Ancient. So I'm not personally super worried about this. If you're using one of my decks, they increase their devotion really darn quickly, so you probably will not have an issue with this. And even if you do, it's a very minor thing to happen. Some other bugs that are going that you'll definitely want to be careful of, the Urza's Factory bug is still in play. So if you have Urza, then Urza's token converts gems to blue. And if it tries to convert more gems than there are gems on the field, that's going to cause a crash. So be careful with that. That's bad news bears. Harmonious Archon. If you kill the Archon, everything that's on the battlefield that became a 3/3 stays a 3/3. It doesn't go away. So that's something to keep in mind too. Death Sprout is not always fetching a land support. This is another one of those things where I use Death Sprout in pretty much all of my decks. I haven't been able to reproduce this, but I know that it's happening. So just be careful of that. You'll see Hogak bugged or token bug. This is just a continuation of the earlier one. I really want to say that it's if your opponent has a creature with Berserker and it kills a token of yours, then it's going to cause the crash. But like I said, I haven't been able to recreate it, so I don't know. We've got Repeated Reverberation. This is the same as the one that I was talking about with putting copies in your hand. And then everything else after that, they're really just little teeny things. So those are the major bugs that we've got in the game right now going into this running of Titanomachy. So keep those in mind as you build your decks. Good luck. I hope you guys all do well this weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.